Hello ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, Tim here, and I am going to be giving you a new kind of video here today. I'm going to jump straight into it. I'm going to try not to waffle. Basically, I've been referring a couple of people to the chat, and I've heard that they've actually been kicked multiple times. You know, I really wanted to clarify what I mean by come to the chat and make money. There are a specific set of items that we do, so I'm going to try not to waffle and I'm just going to get straight on with it. For some reason for me, time just seems to go faster when I'm recording. This is 37 seconds already. I've only said about 2 lines worth of stuff. Yes. Okay, so the items we do, starting at the top. Oh, well, my order's almost the same as theirs, except... Okay, well, I'll do it that way round for them. Okay, so the items that we do. Okay, so I'm going to start off with Bandos line. So the Bandos line is Bandos helmet, abbreviation there, BH. Bandos chest plate, abbreviation BCP. Bandos tassets, abbreviation TAS. Bandos gloves, abbreviation BG. Bandos boots, abbreviation BB. And Bandos War Shield, abbreviation BWS. So that's the Bandos line. And then Armadillo line. Armadillo helmet, AH. Armadillo chest plate, ACP. Armadillo chain skirt, ACS. Armadillo... Wait, hold on. Armadillo crossbow. I've never ever flipped it. I've only ever bought it. Yeah, Armadillo crossbow, ACB. Now that's the big one because a lot of people get confused between the 3. So ACP is armor chest plate. ACS is armor chain skirt. And ACB. So very, very similar. All 3 of these is armor cross. So I'm just going to leave that right there so that you guys can see. So I'm going to continue with the Armadillo line. So you also got Armadillo boots, AB, Armadillo gloves, AG, and then you've got the Armadillo buckler, which is the equivalent of their shield. So that is buck. So I've got a full thing here, so 2 minutes already, and I only wanted to read out the line. Okay, subjugation hood. Yep, the abbreviation to that is just hood or hood of subjugation. That is, so gown of subjugation, garb of subjugation, subjugation boots, subjugation gloves, and the ward of subjugation. And then in our miscellaneous, we have Blessed Spirit Shield, Spectral Spirit Shield. Now this can be abbreviated to SSS or Spec, so it's up to you. I personally use Spec. I don't know why. SSS is always a lot faster, but I do prefer just to use Spec. I've no idea why, but that's just something I do. And then Elixir. Now that is the Holy Elixir, so yep. And then that's the Spirit Shield stuff. And then you've got the Robin Hood hat and the Ranger boots. And then for the Saradomin amulets, we have the Saradomin's Murmur, Saradomin's Hiss, and Saradomin's Whisper. So that is a list of every single item that we price check. Any other item that you request will be regarded as spam. And, you know, you'll probably end up getting kicked from the channel. So please, please, please don't ask for any other items other than the ones that I've just read out there. Hopefully there's a list that's popping up as I'm saying them, so, you know, hopefully that's working. But, yep. Okay, so I'm going to delete this from the chat box now. Sorry if you haven't quite got round to reading that, but, I mean, to be fair, if you haven't read it by now, you know, you're an even slower reader than I am. No offence. Now it comes down to undercutting. Now this is a very, very important rule. If you do receive a price check, then it is very, very important that you do not undercut. Now that is a rule that has been stressed for a long, long time. So Bandos chest plate. Now the sell price there is written down as 10,900k. I've actually had it in there for over half an hour, but I don't know why. I'm just so arrogant. I just refuse to sell it. I just refuse to lower it. So, you know, I literally want to max out profit when I'm doing these items. But, you know, you guys might want to do it differently. But for the purpose of the video, and I actually promise you that it has been in there for half an hour. Because, I mean, I've been doing this for 5 minutes. And I've actually gone and filmed some flipping from the other episode as well. Just to prove that to you, there is actually some rapiers, maces, stuff like that in there. So it's definitely been half an hour. So I'm going to drop this down 20k. So for this, it is 10,880. There we go. Forgot what I had it in at originally. Okay, so 10,880. So that is dropping it down, and the rule for that is 20k over 30 minutes. So if you have not had a buy for 30 minutes, then you can adjust. And what this is if it then sells or buys, then you will report it. So for example, I would report 10,880 SBCP rule times 1. So that would be an example of something you do. Obviously, it hasn't sold yet, so I can't put that by Sicky. But yeah, the rule that you will be told to use if you do put in there, say, wow, Sicky G King, that is epic. Sicky, you've got fans. Okay, so sorry, I've just got a little bit off topic there. But say your Bandos chestplate didn't sell and you reported to the chat. Now they don't like you to report non-buys because it doesn't really help. I personally, when I'm price checking, obviously it's up to the price checker, but I don't really mind when it's me. But for everyone else, obviously just stick to the rules and don't report non-buys just in general. So if you wrote something like BCP not sold at I'm just going to say 10,900, then you'll be told, you'll literally be said 20k over 30 mins. And basically what that means is exactly what I've done there. If, if you haven't sold it or bought it in 30 minutes, then you adjust 20k. So hopefully we've clarified that. Okay. I don't have my list on me at the moment, so I can't check that. Okay, so I'm going to pause until I think of something else. Okay, guys, I'm back for a little bit. Well, I've got the list up here with me of the rules, so I'm just going to read them out. So number 1 is respect ranks. Now this, as a rank myself, I can't stress this enough. Because of course we spent a long time trying to get our ranks and we've worked just as hard as you guys are, but please do respect all rank decisions. So don't talk back or argue with what they say. Follow their instructions because ranks do deserve respect for what they're doing. So yep, because they've put a lot of time and effort in to create a positive environment for you to flip in. And if you have an issue with how they fit, if you have an issue with how they're running everything, just take a screenshot and report it to the Flipchat1 forums. I'm literally reading this out word for word, so I'm not making this up. Now, equal to the last one, you have to respect the price checkers or PCers. Don't argue or talk back to what they say, because, they are there to help you. So if there is a price checker already calling prices, don't just go, that's wrong, or that's, something like that. If it is genuinely wrong, say they make a massive typo, I'm just going to write here, BCP, K. It's obviously not that, because if it was, I wouldn't have enough money to flip it. So, that's obviously wrong. So, you're more than welcome to try and correct them. If it's obviously wrong and they haven't noticed, then obviously point it out. But don't be like really snooty about it, because you know that ultimately they say what the margins are. So you know, don't just don't tick them off, because they are there to help you, and obviously you know that's their job. So rule number 3, very, very important rule. No under or overcutting. It doesn't really matter what you call it. I always personally refer to it as undercutting, but I know a lot of people call it OC or UC. That means the same thing. So no randomly adjusting your prices to suit your impatience. Use the rule 20k 30 minutes, which I've just explained for like 8 minutes, in order to adjust your prices. If they do not buy or sell quickly. So, you know, don't just, if it's like guard buy 5475, don't randomly go for 500, you know, just because it's more convenient. Go with what they say, because everyone's flipping the same items and we want everyone to have the same kind of chance in this. And at the end of the day, you'll find that you're making more money doing it anyway. So, more money following our margins anyway. Obviously, though, do adjust if you know, after 30 minutes, but be honest with it. Just don't say, oh yeah, it's been in for 15, no, it's been in for 30 minutes when you know it's only been in for 5. So, yep, that's another thing. As I said earlier, I don't really personally mind about off-topic when I'm PCing, but I know that it can get very, very annoying for some people, so please refrain from off-topic conversations. These are conversations that are not to do with flipping, so no random bantering, conversations about skills or joking. You know, obviously you are allowed a joke every now and then, but like, you know, just keep it reasonable. Don't, you know, stay on topic, I think, is the main thing. Obviously, some things that could be considered off topic are holidays, like Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, etc. Events, so like bonus XP weekend, holiday events, and of course the time zone that we use is GMT, or you know, British summertime. Now, this is one that we have to stress as well. If you are free to play, then you are not allowed to use our chat. You're always more than welcome to use our clan chat, which is, you know, it is about 11:30 in the evening, so you know, it's not surprising that it's not very full at the moment. But you're always welcome to use our clan chat. However, you know, you can't use the chat because, of course, we don't have any free-to-play items. But you are more than willing to interact with our forum page. So, yep. So you're not allowed to be free-to-play or 2007scape server. Now that's just because you can't actually flip these items on 2007scape on the Grand Exchange, because there is no Grand Exchange, and because these items aren't even in there. So, you know, double the reason not to. Now, rule number 7, no lobbying. So you must be active. People who go into lobby, you know, they're described as not being actively participating in the chat. So, you know, that's a big no-no. No margin ceiling. We do have an arch enemy chat called Flipchat. We do have an arch chat called PC101. So, you know, don't steal margins from there, because, you know, that's unfair on them and it's unfair on us, because, of course, everyone knows that they have midget margins, and, of course, we want to have the maximum margins. So, yeah, no margin stealings. This will get you kicked. Now, no spamming or spamming of other FCs or trolling or anything like that. Just don't post any nonsense, like, you know, song lyrics, random strings of letters, symbols, numbers, picture art, etc. You know, and I think another one is don't post anything that would, you know, lead us to another friends chat. And of course, trolling is just ignorant. You know, it's just asking ignorant questions, giving stupid, you know, just don't do it. It will get you kicked. And I personally look out for those, because they really tick me off and I'll kick them. So it doesn't matter. Even if you say, oh yeah, I'm a really big fan of yours, what's the price check of a blue flower? You know, I'm obviously going to kick you for it. So, you know, just don't, you know, it's unnecessary and it's pointless, and you're just, you know, you're going to get kicked. I'll personally make sure of it. So no gambling as well, and no scamming, luring, no flaming, and no fake kicks. Do I really need to explain what fake kicks are? I don't really think so. And obviously discrimination is not tolerated at all. So that's sexism, racism, etc. I will personally kick for that, and I know every single other person finds it absolutely revolting, so just don't do it, please. Okay, so I think that's it for the rules. So, yep. I will be able to show you some examples of flipping these items, but I've got to go back and film some more of the other episode now. So, yeah, I'm just going to wait for these to buy and sell, and hopefully I'll have some items for you to show you about not undercutting or overcutting. And that's my timer, so I don't know whether you guys can hear that. I'll stay quiet. Can you hear that? That's my timer going off saying that the Armadillo helmet. Yep. It's always useful to have something like that. So Armadillo helmet. So it's 3,400. So I'm now putting it in 3,420k. So yep, that's adjusting. And yeah, so I'm going to pause the video now, and hopefully I'll have some flips for you guys. Okay, guys, one other thing. If you do happen to type something that might get you kicked, and obviously if you type it in accidentally, then you can simply put WC. Now that does not stand for water closet. That stands for wrong chat. So obviously if you're like, if you're saying stuff that you shouldn't be saying anyway, in your clan or whatever, or to your mate, but it accidentally goes in the chat, obviously you're probably going to get kicked for it. But if it genuinely is a wrong chat, then we're obviously quite an understanding frames chat. We're no R-Quark, so we won't just kick you even if you write wrong chat. But we are quite lenient. So okay, so one little update that was in the chat recently is that now you can only get buys. For example, well, you can only get buys, but you can get sells as well. But in order to get a sell, you have to say what you bought it for. So when I was buying my Bandos chestplate, when it bought, I reported it. I actually did this in another clip. This is my second attempt filming it, but it was like 18 minutes long, and I hadn't even got onto the rules because I was trying to do it all live instead of doing it logically. So yeah, for example, if you buy a Bandos chestplate, then you put BCP buy 10110 is what I bought it for. I know the price has gone down a little bit now, but yeah, it was quite fast to be fair. Then you can put sell like that, and obviously you'll get a sell price. So the current sell price is actually 10,900. So I think that practically covers that. I did want to get some flips in for you guys, but I think you'll see those in the main episode now of, my flipping 10mm to 1 bill. Because actually I'm making 770k off that flip. So, even with a small cash stack like 10mm, you can actually make quite a large amount of profit. I hope you guys found this guide helpful. And if you do have any questions about the chat, or how to become ranked or anything, then please leave it in the comments below. Come on, Chris, stay on topic. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope this helps you out. Hello, guys. Well, I'm back again. So what I wanted to show you guys was how to request a price check. Now, this is obviously, don't feel afraid to ask for a price check, because I know when I first came here, I was so terrified of asking a price check. I don't think I actually asked one for the first couple of days that I was in the chat, and then I was just watching everything, and I think I saw someone request one, and I thought, oh, well, I better follow suit, so I requested it as well. And that was the first time I ever asked for a price check in Flipchat1, and that was probably back in August, September, something like that. So it's actually quite a long time that I've been in this chat now. So yeah, been in here every single day, or near enough, since that. And I have now completely fearless about asking for price checks. So I'm just going to go with Bandos Helm just because it's the first item on every single list that we have. So if you want Bandos Helm, simply abbreviate it to BHPC. You can use the full thing. I'll do it. I'll do it with this one. So Bandos Helmet PC. Very, very formal, but you are more than welcome to use the abbreviations as well. So yep, Bandos Helmet PC, and hopefully we should get one for that. Oh, great. Oh well, I didn't see that, but still. Hopefully I'll get it, because hopefully I'll get it, and he won't just say scroll up or whatever. Come on. Sid the Sloth. Okay, well you don't usually have to wait for very long to get a price check. I think it's maybe because there's one there. There is actually one there, so you know. Okay, well, obviously you will eventually get the price check. You know, you might have to wait like 30 seconds or something to get it, but, you know, I don't really mind. I'm not actually there to flip the item. It's just to show you guys how to request a price check. So, you know, obviously, don't be afraid to ask for one because, you know, they're here to help you. Oh, free to play, mine. So, yeah. Oh, there we go. Bandos Helmet, 7650. So there you go. I didn't really have to wait that long. My pro, that's cut. Okay, so thank you very much. And